dear students, to online classes. In previous class, you have seen the definition of pertussis, epidemiology, and the clinical manifestation of pertussis. Now, you will see the investigations of pertussis. Investigations, or we can say diagnosis. How can we diagnose the pertussis? There are various methods for the diagnosis of pertussis. Clinical diagnosis of whooping cough is easy during the second stage of illness. Investigations may be done by laboratory investigations. Laboratory investigations are done to isolate the causative organism. Another one is the nasopharyngeal swab culture. Another method is the ELISA test. Also, blood examination is done for the diagnosis of pertussis. By these methods, we can diagnose the pertussis. Laboratory investigations are needed for isolation of organism and detection of toxins that are liberated by the causative organism. ELISA test, nasopharyngeal swab culture, or cuff plate method is used for the isolation of causative organism. Also, now the ELISA test. ELISA test stands for enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay test. This test is used to measure antibody to antigen and pertussis toxin. ELISA test is used to measure antibody to antigen and pertussis toxin. After that, the blood examination. Blood examination shows remarkable high absolute lymphocytosis, extremely low ESR, and WBC count. This is initially low. WBC count is initially low, afterwards rise far beyond normal. Afterwards rise for beyond normal. In addition to this, chest X-ray also help to detect atelectasis or emphysema. These are the methods by which we can diagnose the pertussis. First one is the laboratory investigation. Second one is the nasopharyngeal swab culture. By this method, we can isolate the causative organism. Another one is the ELISA test. ELISA test stands for enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay test. Another one is the by blood examination. Blood examination से भी हमें पता चलता है pertussis कैसे, जो जब हम blood examination करते हैं तो जो ESR होता है वो लो आता है. WBC काउंट क्या होते हैं? इनिशियली ये लो आते हैं, आफ्टरवर्ड से फिर राइज हो जाते हैं, बढ़ जाते हैं फॉर बियॉन्ड नॉर्मल. Last one is the chest X-ray. This also helps in the diagnosis, in the investigation of pertussis. By this chest X-ray helps to detect emphysema. These are the investigations. Now the management of pertussis. Management of pertussis. How can we manage the pertussis? The patient with severe illness should be hospitalized and need bed rest. Antibiotic therapy in management, it needs antibiotic therapy, symptomatic treatment, and the supportive care. In management, first, the patient with severe illness should be hospitalized and need bed rest, plus antibiotic therapy, symptomatic treatment, and the supportive care. First, we will see the antibiotic therapy. Antibiotics should be started by early diagnosis. Antibiotics should be started by early diagnosis. Antibiotics should be started by early diagnosis in the catarrhal stage to prevent severity and spread of infection. जो इसमें ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस होता है, the drug of choice जो इसमें होता है, that is the erythromycin. This is the antibiotic, but this is the drug of choice. कौन सा है? That is the erythromycin. Erythromycin 40 to 50 mg per kg per day in 4 divided doses for 2 weeks orally prescribe करने होते हैं. Other antibiotics like erythromycin, azithromycin may be prescribed for 5 to 7 days. Also, that also gives a good result. This is the antibiotics, antibiotic therapy. In antibiotic therapy, antibiotics should be started as early as possible during the catarrhal stage of disease. During the catarrhal stage of disease, जिसमें ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस होता है, दैट इज द एंटीबायोटिक. कौन सा होता है? वो होता है एरिथ्रोमाइसिन. एरिथ्रोमाइसिन कितना देना होता है? 40 to 50 mg पर kg पर डे. अदर एंटीबायोटिक्स भी प्रिस्क्राइब किए जाते हैं. दैट आर द, फॉर एग्जांपल, अदर एंटीबायोटिक्स में कौन कौन सा आता है? क्लिथ्रोमाइसिन आ सकता है, एजिथ्रोमाइसिन आ सकता है, वो भी अच्छे रिजल्ट दे सकते हैं. अनदर वन इज द इन सीवियर पैरोक्सिमल कफ ब्रोंकोडायलेटर्स. Bronchodilators should be administered by nebulization. Bronchodilators में कौन सा आता है? For example, salbutamol और albuterol. These are the bronchodilators, but these are prescribed in severe paroxysmal cough. जब पेशेंट को सीवियर ज़्यादा पैरोक्सिमल कफ होती है तो ब्रोंकोडायलेटर्स यूज़ कर सकते हैं. ब्रोंकोडायलेटर्स कैसे दे सकते हैं? बाय न्यूबलाइजेशन ये दे सकते हैं. कौन सा ब्रोंकोडायलेटर? फॉर एग्जांपल साल्ब्यूटामॉल या एल्ब्यूटेरॉल दे सकते हैं. Also, in addition to this, betamethasone 0.75 mg per kg per day may be used for coughing paroxysms. For coughing paroxysms. Firstly, antibiotic therapy. Antibiotics कौन सा वाला? एरिथ्रोमाइसिन. दिस इज द ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस. आफ्टर दैट ब्रोंकोडायलेटर्स. ब्रोंकोडायलेटर्स में कौन सा देना होता है? साल्ब्यूटामॉल और एल्ब्यूटेरॉल फॉर paroxysmal, severe paroxysmal cough. And then betamethasone 0.75 mg per kg per day in case of coughing paroxysms. Now the supportive care. Support to nursing care. This is also the medical management. Now the nursing management. Support to nursing care is significant aspect of management. Support to nursing care is significant aspect of management. It includes first one, as you know, this is a communicable disease, so isolation is the important. It includes isolation. First one, isolation of the patient in a well ventilated room. Isolation of the patient, first one is the isolation of the patient in a well ventilated room. Second one is the use of oxygen to prevent hypoxia. Position also positioning. Positioning is important to relieve respiratory discomfort. To relieve respiratory discomfort. Another one is the maintenance of fluid and electrolyte balance. Maintenance of fluid and electrolyte balance. Other measures include support to dietary intake. Other measures include support to dietary intake. In support to appropriate dietary intake by small, frequent, well-tolerated food is given. Minimal gentle handling during care, avoidance, observation and recording for complication is important. In addition to this, administration of prescribed medication, emotional support to parents and child, hygienic conditions, parental involvement in child care and related health teaching to the parents are important aspects of nursing care. In preventive measures, active immunization is best measure for prevention of pertussis. Active immunization important in prevention. Active immunization. Active immunization by DPT vaccine. Active immunization by DPT vaccine should be administered with 3 doses for 6 weeks of age at 1 month interval. Also, in addition to this, a booster dose is given after 1 year of third dose or at 16 to 24 months of age. Now, this concludes the topic. Thank you.